Hi, I'm David Akimi with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, and today I'm here with Kim Clancy of Mindful Mortgage. Today we're going to talk about the 2022 loan limits and property taxes in the Erie, Colorado area and how they'll affect your move to the Erie area. So, hey.
Hi, David.
Hey, Kim. So we're going to talk today about the three main factors to consider when you're moving to Erie, because they're going to make a big difference on affordability here. The first three are going to be loan type, the property tax rate for the neighborhood that you're moving into, and the county loan limits of the county, because Erie does straddle two counties and it also borders two others. So really right here in Erie, we've got four counties that we're very close to.
For sure. So one of the first things when I talk to somebody and pre-approving them for a loan and they're looking in Erie, we do talk about the differences between Weld County and Boulder County, because literally you look on one side of the street versus the other and we're talking about two totally different loans. So the good thing is, across the nation, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac have increased the conventional loan amount to $647,200.
And which county is that in?
That's across America.
Across America.
Every
Okay.
county across America. Well, then there's certain counties in America that we call high cost, so it costs a lot more to live there.
Sure.
So Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac say, okay, we're going to make those high balance loans, and they give you a little bit of a gray area with a higher loan amount before you get to a jumbo loan.
Okay.
The good thing is, we live in an area that's high cost, so we fall into that category and a lot of stuff. But the hard thing for Erie is that the difference between Weld County and Boulder County is significant. Okay, so Weld County, they're still following that 647 number.
Okay.
Because Weld County, yes, Erie and Frederick and Firestone is one area.
Sure.
But Weld County, Fort Lupton or Fort Morgan, like out in that area, is totally something different, right?
Perfect. So you're saying that Weld County doesn't go above conventional.
That's correct.
There's no high limit. There's no high limit loan for Weld County.
Nope, that's it. 647,200. But then we have Boulder County. That's 747,500. So you see significant over 100 grand more in loan amount. And I want to preface loan amount. So it doesn't mean purchase price. It means loan amount. The reason that it's good to still try and stay under a jumbo loan is because you only need 5% down.
Okay.
Jumbo, you need 10.
Okay.
And you can have a little bit higher of a debt to income. You can have a little bit lower of a credit score. You don't have to have reserves if you're buying a primary home.
Okay.
Jumbo
requires all of that.
All requires
higher credit scores, tighter underwriting guidelines. All that stuff gets a little stricter when you get into a jumbo loan. So that's why so many people make a big effort to avoid getting into a jumbo loan.
And a higher interest rate.
So
we try to stay away if we can.
Obviously.
And so anyway, so Boulder County, 747,500. Broomfield County, 684,250.
Okay.
So we get a little bit of wiggle room there as well. And as you said, you know, depending on where you're standing on county line, we could be Broomfield County, Weld, or Boulder.
Yeah, exactly. And there are 3 or 4 Broomfield neighborhoods that touch Erie that are real popular. Anthem's one, Hearthstone, Vista Highlands, Palisade Park. Those are all viable options, and for all intent and purpose, they're still super close. I mean, they're literally right next to the Erie King Supers, so they're essentially the same area.
Yeah. So just to kind of throw out a couple of numbers, I just put a little bit here.
Okay.
So Boulder, you could do a $790,000 home, right? The purchase price is $790,000. You would need about $43,000 down.
With which type of loan?
With a conventional
At
high
5%.
balance.
Oh, conventional, and that's 5%?
Yep.
Okay.
For $790,000, so that's actually pretty good. And then your interest rate your principal and interest is going to be $33.75.
Okay.
Now, what we want to talk about a little bit is, what are the taxes? Because it could be $4,500 or it could be $9,000.
Exactly. So that's a really good point. The thing about Erie, there are approximately 35, 36 neighborhoods here in Erie, and we have 10 different tax rates among those 35 neighborhoods. There are 3 main factors that are going to contribute to the different tax rates. The big one is Metro District. Metro taxing districts are something that's come along in the last 10 years. It's a way that developers roll financing in through a municipal bond that basically gets tacked onto your tax bill, and they use that to pay for things like infrastructure in the neighborhood. You're going to especially see it if the neighborhood's got swimming pool, clubhouse, tennis courts, that kind of stuff is going to increase the odds that the neighborhood's going to have a metro district, and they're pretty substantial. The metro districts in Erie are going to start at least half a percentage point. That's why the tax rates here start anywhere from about 0.7 of a percentage point all the way to 1.3. And you can discuss a little bit about what that does to the payment. It makes a substantial impact on the payment.
Well, and that's the thing. So, I mean, for a $750,000 home, you literally could have almost double taxes. Yep. And so you have to decide, do I want more house or do I, because I mean, for $350 a month, that's $100,000 that you could get.
Go up higher in purchase price.
Exactly.
That's a perfect point. You go $100,000 higher on your purchase price. Yep. If you find a neighborhood without a metro district and have the same payment and the same qualifying. So whether it has a metro district is huge. Unfortunately, though, the most popular neighborhoods in Erie all have a metro district. Because usually the newer the neighborhood, the more amenities. So Colliers Hill, Erie Highlands, Vista Ridge, all the good ones, Flatiron Meadows. The new high demand neighborhoods do all have a metro district. So you got to factor that in. Your taxes are going to be a lot higher, even at the same payment amount.
And Colliers Hill, I think, is the highest. If I'm just
Erie Highlands.
Erie Highlands
is a little higher. Colliers Hill is 1.2%.
Okay.
Erie Highlands is 1.3%, but it's not as bad as it sounds. The extra 0.1% actually goes to run the HOA.
Right.
So they don't have a separate HOA fee. If you're looking at Colliers Hill with 1.2 taxes and a $90 HOA, it's going to level out pretty similar to Erie Highlands. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great.
Yep.
So one other thing I want to talk about too is the difference. We talked a little bit about conventional loans and doing 5% down on a conforming. High balance still allows for 5% down, and then of course jumbo goes to 10%. But another area is our FHA loans.
Okay.
So unfortunately, FHA really caps Weld County. We're still stuck at 483, and so it's virtually impossible to buy Erie, Weld County with FHA.
A couple exceptions. You could probably buy one of the townhomes in Grandview or a condo in Blue Sky. Maybe, well, I won't even say you could get one of the Seasons collection in Colliers Hill because they're going to start in the mid fives, and 3.5% isn't going to get mid fives down to 483. Is that what you said? 483?
Yeah, 483. Mm-hmm. But we're doing 684 in Broomfield.
Okay.
And 747 in Boulder.
So there you go. If you're using an FHA loan, Broomfield or Boulder County, it's going to be a lot easier than it will be in the Weld County side of Erie.
Well, and the good thing about FHA is that, they're not, you don't have to have perfect credit, right? You can have a higher debt to income ratio, and, it's expensive right now to live here. And so having a little bit more wiggle room, 3, 4, 5% higher in debt to income is a couple $100 a month. Yeah. And so that's for, we save FHA loans if they have lower credit scores, because if you have, a 660 credit score for FHA, you're still going to get a very low rate. Mm-hmm. If you have a 660 for conventional, you're not.
You're going to get dinged. They're going to have add-ons to the rate. And really that doesn't get better until you break above about a 720, 730 score?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the
720.
720.
Yeah.
So 720 and above puts you into the cleanest rate for a conventional.
Well, 740 puts you in the cleanest.
So you're not even in the cleanest rate until you got a 740 score.
Yeah.
But with an FHA loan, your rate's going to be the same if you're
640 or 700.
Got it.
So that it works out for people.
What about the other government loan types like VA? Tell us about those.
So we love VA, and speaks to my heart. Come from a long lineage of veterans in my family, but the VA to me is the best loan product that we have because it has the lowest default rate, which means that the people get the lowest interest rate, because the more defaults that the banks have, the more the higher the rate. Right. So VA has the lowest, which also means for a seller that if you accept a VA offer, you have the highest chance of that person closing.
Well, and there's no mortgage insurance. There's an upfront mortgage insurance premium that's a one-time fee built into the loan amount, but there's no monthly mortgage insurance added on. So in addition to having the lowest interest rate, you can also go to 100% with no monthly mortgage insurance.
And you save a lot of money.
Saves a ton of money. So veterans really do get some good benefits when it comes to lending.
And like I said, the VA just wants the vets in the home. So they're going to allow for higher debt to income. Because we also do residual income calculation with them as well. So it really is a great product.
It's a good product. I've got to play devil's advocate, though. I mean, there are some pros and cons of VA loans. One of the things that veterans face when they try and use a VA loan in Erie or anywhere else for that matter, unfortunately, when you're in a market like we're in right now, where there's such fierce bidding and so many aggressive bidding wars, one of the vetting factors that listing agents look at is how big is the down payment. So if you do have a veteran coming in with zero down or very little down, sometimes that can get the loan slightly discriminated against because they don't look like they've got the giant down payment that maybe some of the competing offers do. So just bear that in mind. If you're using a VA loan, you might face a little bit of that as well.
Well, except for then if you have a really good lender that's on your
There you
side, then they're going to say to the person, why would you?
Why
right?
would you? Yeah,
Why-
exactly. And
I mean, who wouldn't? The interest rates are low twos for VA right now. Why would you put money down when you could borrow it at 2%?
exactly. Hey, and she speaks to a perfect point. This is why I always stress that you should really use a local lender that all the listing agents know. I can tell you every major listing agent in this area knows Kim Clancy. It's one of the reasons we work with her. When she calls, people realize she's going to get it done. You're not going to write a pre-qual letter that doesn't close. You're not going to have any last-minute surprises. So
Hopefully, right?
hopefully, yeah. I mean, hey, knock on wood, we've used
Yes.
it for hundreds of transactions and we've never had any kind of last-minute surprises. So it's all good with me. And I can tell you that's definitely not the case when people come with an online lender or one of the salaried loan officer type places.
Sure.
Those always make me cringe, especially as a listing agent, because you never know what's going to pop up at the last minute because some kid that's been doing it for 6 months missed some basic underwriting guidelines.
Sure.
So,
Yep, agreed.
So we've covered a lot of information today, but the good news is I do have a map of Erie that's broken down that shows Erie divided between Weld County, Boulder County, Broomfield County, and some of Adams County, and it breaks down everything that we've talked about today. It shows every neighborhood in Erie by tax rate, so you've got all 35 of them listed out with the tax rate, with the HOA dues. So you'll automatically, by default, be able to see which neighborhoods are at 0.7, which ones are 1%, which ones are 1.2, which ones are 1.3. And you'll also have a legend here in the bottom that shows what the loan limits are by county and which neighborhoods fall into which county. So if you want to download this, it's actually a link to it in the description below. Just dig through the description, you'll find it. You can download this as a PDF and print this out, and everything that we've talked about today is laid out on it to make everything nice and easy, so you don't have to figure all that stuff out on your own. And of course, if you really want to know this stuff firsthand and want the guided tour, just give us a call. We'd love to show you houses here in Erie. I specialize here. I've lived here for the last 10 years myself. How long have you lived here?
14 years.
14. You got me beat by a little bit. So we are both Erie residents. We both know the place like the back of our hand. We live here and love it ourselves. So if you like this video and want to see more stuff like this, click the link below to just subscribe to the channel and click the bell so that you get notified when we release more content. And of course, if you want this, it is in the description below. We've got some other stuff like the mill rate calculator if you want to get really technical about it and see exactly how the rates are broken down neighborhood by neighborhood. There will be a link to that in the description as well. Feel free to dig through that and help yourself, and give us a call if you want to go see houses. And of course, there'll be a link in the description below if you want to apply online with Kim Clancy. You can fill out a mortgage application with her. That way you've got a local Erie lender that all the listing agents know. It will definitely put your offer at an advantage, and she's fantastic with really competitive rates too. I mean, I've seen you beat places like Quicken.com and Rocket Mortgage. You knock those guys off on a daily basis, and you're local and you're trusted. So no reason not to send her your loan business. Thanks again. Tune in for the next video. Bye-bye.